We thought he dropped out of the class because he was in our group and he just stopped showing up. And then on the last day, he showed up when we handed him the presentation. And me and
Banana Man
we're just like, you know what? Respect.
Today, we talk about...
Nice segue into the debate.
The DNC.
So,
how much should we pay them?
I don't know when this is going on YouTube, but today was the Democratic debate.
I thought that was yesterday.
Do you have any thoughts?
Wasn't it yesterday?
It's
oh, it's 2 days.
Yeah, man,
I don't know
I
shit
didn't
about
watch
this.
either, but I know Zach's going to fill me in.
Did your boy Bernie
I think
participate?
he was
That's
in
tonight.
today's.
That's tonight.
Watched it.
Oh, okay.
That's tonight.
I haven't even seen them, but like
Bernie's on tonight. Tonight's Bernie, Biden,
Oh, it's probably.
Mayor
It's already
Pete.
late. Shouldn't it be over by now?
already-
It started at 9, yeah. So yeah,
I was gonna say, isn't it past Bernie's bedtime?
Yo,
that kills in
the
Iowa.
delay makes it that much worse. Although,
I mean, it really doesn't matter. Nobody's beating Trump.
Yeah, I don't.
He's literally not going to lose.
I mean, I don't see it happening. Really,
Who's not gonna lose?
Trump.
Zach says 100% sure Trump
I'm 100%.
is winning a second one.
So let's play
number
around.
one.
Let's play around with this. Who's coming out the top 3 for the DNC, the Dems, the Dems?
Biden, Bernie, and either Warren or Harris.
Biden, Bernie. Yo, what about this Tulsa chick?
Oh,
Tulsi Gabbard?
she's-
Yeah, she'll be up there, but she's too young.
You don't think she'll be top 3?
don't think she'll be top
She
3.
seems pretty polished.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does.
she's
And
one of the ones
she's
I
hot,
like,
too.
which means she's probably.
That definitely helps.
No, I mean, she is. Have you seen her in a swimsuit? She's like wicked hot.
I've never seen her in a swimsuit. I've seen her though. I mean,
Look at Kamala Harris.
Tulsa Gabbard. Oh, Kamala
No,
Harris.
Tulsi Gabbard. Whoops. Joe Biden.
Oh, let's trust Bunzing with the names here.
yo, Biden in the Speedo though. yo,
No, Biden in the Borat
you know
speedo.
how like Trump has kind of made the political sphere into more of like a social media popularity. This all this stuff. Like he's had that effect whether you like it or not. I'm saying. In the next election, they go full Miss America. They do like the talent section. They do like the swimsuit section. They do,
What would you do with North Korea?
yeah, they start asking them questions like that. What about bullying? Evening wear.
What was that one chick?
Biden in like a bathroom or
Just
something.
kisses a kid. Yeah.
Dude,
Biden's creepy, dude.
Biden can't get out of his own way because of this shit he said about black people in the past.
What did you say about black people?
He called them boys.
What's
Like
wrong with
somebody
that?
helped him. He called him a boy.
Were they adults?
And, no, yeah, they were adults.
Like, thanks, boy.
Yeah, he's on camera doing that. And he also said, dude, when Obama won or was running, when Obama was running against Clinton, he was like, "This is a godsend for the Democratic Party." He's like a well-polished, well-spoken black man. Finally, like you can't like that shit. The guy voted for segregated school systems when he was
Voted for
I don't get how there's like it's like anyone's even in the discussion about Bernie. He's literally like.
No, this was
only
Biden.
one yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay,
Like, Bernie's the only one that's like has been walking the walk for as long as he's been talking.
If that's what, that's what the party wants to go. Yeah, he has.
And it's just like, how do you even pretend like all these other? It's like everyone is just saying. They just started saying what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right.
What he's been saying, and I try not to get like political on YouTube. 3 beers later, but I just don't get how anyone's even in the conversation.
I think
it's just like it's like the contest is who can take what Bernie's been saying for 30 years and say it better. And it's like, yo, why don't you just take it right from the horse's mouth? He's been saying
the same way Trump kind of defined what the GOP is now. Bernie essentially built what the DNC is now.
Yeah, the way they
but
all talk about
they're
healthcare,
worried
yeah.
about his electability. So that's why everybody's like saying exactly the same. No, but that's why I'm saying what's
the
going
problem.
on.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I know,
But
yeah.
like
You can't be doing
Bernie
that shit.
literally did build the new Democratic Party with what he was saying.
and he's not even a Democrat.
But he's not even a Democrat. He's independent.
Yeah, but he forced them to. And
Yeah,
the way
but
they're
he
talking
forced him
about
to.
healthcare
Exactly.
and
The
stuff,
same way. I mean,
he
Trump
forced
was
them to.
basically an independent too.
Yeah, if
And
Trump
he
didn't win,
forced the
if
GOP.
Trump didn't
Yeah.
win, he would be what Bernie is to the Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. So I think right now that they're like, oh shit, I don't know if he can win. So that's why they're pushing Biden. They're like, Biden, just say the same crap. But it's like, dude, Biden will get.
But people,
I was telling
people
Eamon,
see right through that shit.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Eamon, I think Trump might not show up to like any debate. He'll be like, he'll have a rally. He'll be like, cover me, because they're gonna be like, if he doesn't show up, what are we gonna cover?
I throw the best debates.
Dude, he'll
because-
literally
no,
not
think-
show up to the debate, and then as they'll have like the debate without him, and he'll be on Twitter talking shit.
Yeah,
Like he'll be giving hot takes.
He'll be live
He'll be
tweeting.
live tweeting the debate he didn't go to.
No, and this is
100%.
I mean, this is like real. Like Remember how we've talked about before, like network television's dead.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares if Trump doesn't show up to the debate on NBC? What are they going to show?
That actually would be super
Like
smart.
he'll be like, he'll just be like, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a rally.
He legit
And you
could
guys
just
have to
like
cover it.
Instagram live.
Yeah, he'll be like, he'll just be like, I don't give a shit.
I think Netflix
You guys
is trying to
literally
get a
can't do
debate.
anything about it.
They should do a debate on Netflix this year.
Dude, I am convinced he will show up to like one of 3 debates, and he just won't show. No, because he'll pull. Because like,
I believe it.
yeah. Because
I just want some hot, fresh memes, baby. Give me them memes, baby.
Have you not seen the ones he even put out
Memes
yesterday?
are
Not
coming.
yet.
I don't think he meant Trump's memes.
I meant memes about the whole
Twitter.
situation.
The meme
yeah.
I showed you where MSNBC lost or NBC
was
lost
funny,
coverage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we haven't had a good Covivi in a long
Trump has
time.
a strong social media game,
Yeah,
like the strongest for sure.
but the best, the strongest. All his friends have the strongest social media.
Let's get a clap.
Yeah, is that,
I heard Alec Baldwin's almost done. We got a newcomer.
I was about to say, was that a Trump impression or Colbert doing Trump impression?
Eamon wants to bring back the classic Apollo cheer at stand-up.
Yeah, remember back when we were younger? That used to be the, like in stand-up. You know, someone crushed it. All the dudes in the audience would go. You don't remember this?
I didn't watch stand up.
You probably didn't.
When I was younger.
Yeah. It used to be a thing. Go watch like any like old Bernie Mac, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, like
Bernie Mac.
Any like any like punchline that hits, all the dudes are woo. I'm trying to bring it back.
Fucking
I'm trying to
hilarious.
bring it back. Yeah, that shit was awesome.
They're opening their
Yo, they
the
should
wrong
bring it
way.
back for Trump. that'd be something.
Trump, that's like the opposite.
Yeah, antithesis, irony, alone.
Yin yang.
Yeah.
Yang.
He's just hitting them at random now.
Yeah, I do forget sometimes what each of these are. But nah, man, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on the ish. I still don't know who Julian Assange is. I still don't know who the Mueller report is. I still don't know who. What's the other one? There was another one.
Iraq.
No, there was another like major.
Iraq is.
There was like a major thing.
What is Aleppo? Shout out for what's his name?
What is Gary Johnson?
Gary Johnson.
What is Aleppo?
What is Aleppo?
What is that?
He was a candidate for the Libertarians last time around, and Aleppo is a city in Syria that's like
The capital.
no, it's
It's on the
Nah,
capital.
definitely not. Definitely
Damascus is the capital, but Aleppo is like.
not. Exposed.
Aleppo it was like the stronghold. Is basically the center point of the civil war they're having. It's
Yeah.
the one that's been taking it the worst. And they asked him about it, and he was just like
Huge city
he
too.
was like,
I mean, not like a small.
Oh yeah, no, and like historically, like one of the oldest cities in the Middle East. It's like a, big thing. And
Aleppo.
he was like, "What is Aleppo?" And he's like, "This is halfway into the campaign season." He was just
He's just asking this during a debate.
no, a
interview
interviewer
with a
asked
journalist.
him about Aleppo. He was
okay,
like,
okay.
"What is Aleppo?" And then that kind of was just like, I don't think like obviously he wasn't gonna win either way, but he became a meme after that.
Interesting.
There's no,
Yeah, you haven't
there's
heard
no
about him at
coming.
all. You haven't heard about him all this time around.
There's nothing. Those guys usually come in pretty late in the game or later in the game.
Oh yeah, true.
Later in the game.
But yeah, no, it should be. I'm like not looking forward to another election season. I can't stand the shit. It's so obnoxious, especially.
Maybe because you follow it too closely.
No, I try not to. I try not to.
Try.
But especially if you're like, relatively liberal, and then watching Democrats running campaigns like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
They're so bad.
And you're just like, why are you guys doing this? Like, I'm like trying to be on your side.
Dude, I loved how
that's how the last one was. It was
I love how this week Elizabeth Warren was like, all right, we're gonna forgive like 75% of college loan debts for everybody, and Bernie's like, 100%. It was just like, all right, and it's like, hey, you know what? We're gonna pay you.
Yeah,
I mean, it just gets ridiculous.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
would be kind of tight if they did that because I like
Did
paid
what?
all mine off.
Oh yeah.
I like paid all mine off, and I'd be like, "You're telling me I could have just been balling out this whole time?"
I don't know. I'm torn. I mean, I understand that argument, but I also like it's
I think
for the good of the country.
It is.
It's better than like getting
I
another
think a
war.
good compromise would be, the government buys out all the loans. There's no more interest. You got to pay them back. And
Buy out the private loans. If they could make it a fixed rate, I think that'd be a good deal.
Yeah.
Because right now you have private loans that are out there that could be up to like 15%. But if like the government bought them all back and said, okay, these are going to be 5%
no way to
interest.
identify, to differentiate a private loan versus, like, if you get a private loan, that's no longer a student loan. Like if you
No, I know, but you're saying you couldn't
loan,
say if it was actually for school.
there's no
or
way
not.
to differentiate if you took a private loan and just bought a boat with it.
That's true.
They don't know what you did.
Yeah, it's
it is
I don't
complex.
see it happening.
It's got to be only student loans.
It is a complex
but
issue,
you just
but
pay
it
loans.
is a ticking time bomb for this country.
Oh fuck yeah! It's
Yeah,
way too
so
big.
it's like-
and it's something's got to be done, but it is also just kicking the can down the road if nothing's done about the cost of schools and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, so what if you're if they do say, I mean, I think it's going a bit too far. I think they should just pay everyone's interest. But say they do pay off everyone's student loans. If you're like a senior in high school, what are you supposed to take with that? What are you supposed to think about that? Are you and then
Supposed to just go into stand-up comedy.
Well, no,
it might
the
be
thing-
a decent approach.
a lot of kids are not going to college.
Well, of course, but
That's the trend.
But like a lot of people still are, and they're still
Yeah, yeah.
taking these big loans. So if you just watch everyone's loans get forgiven or paid by the government,
Yeah.
and then someone's like, "Here, sign here to go $200,000 in debt." If you're a senior in high school, which is already crazy that you have to make that decision,
Yeah.
but if you just watch that happen, it's like, okay, what if you do it and they don't pay yours, or like it's like you're still expected to pay
Yeah.
this back even though you just watched all these people? Like
I
it's
think-
way too complicated
yeah.
to just pay everyone.
I think the simplest option is to keep reinforcing that college just ain't cool. You know what I mean?
Particularly if it's not like a path to a career.
Right.
Like
Which most people don't think
No
about.
offense to like anyone who does, but if you were taking out loans to study something like history, where it's like, yo, that's more something like you could. That's
Right,
something you
right,
could
right,
pay
right. But,
someone, like to teach you.
But
On YouTube.
hold on,
part-time.
no,
Oh,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
there's a
right.
difference between like because a lot of the jobs are also like, oh, you need a bachelor's degree.
that's what. Yeah.
So it's a snake eating its own tail.
People stop getting a bachelor's degree for something like history and instead just got like a certificate from some school that like
But there's a difference because even if you have a job in history, right, a bachelor's in history, you're not getting a job in history. You might just have a job in like outside sales at like a like mid-market
But
firm.
if people
but they're like, look, you like kept your shit together enough to get this bachelor's degree. That's what that is mostly a test of.
Yeah, so maybe there needs to be some kind of like
it's a societal thing.
certificate that's not a 4-year degree,
Yeah.
but it's just
Yeah, like an associate's degree for baristaing. You know?
not like that. No.
No. I mean, you can do it a smart way, but yeah, everybody's pushing for the 4-year degree. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
And-
I mean, these days, like
even a lot of
4-year
engineering degrees,
These
like,
days, 4-year degree is like almost nothing. There's like, I mean, you have a master's and you're still taking entry level jobs.
Right. Oh yeah. No, and that's what I mean too, because like you're saying the same about history, but even like engineers, they come out with engineering degrees and they have a 2.5 and they still get like bullshit jobs.
Yeah, but there's a bigger market for their labor.
Yeah.
There's much bigger market for their
100%,
labor
100%.
versus like a history major.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing
it's
that.
like, yo, why don't you just? I mean, there's no reason a history major should be spending 200 grand
right.
to get a degree when it's like, yo.
Yeah, and the only reason it costs 200 grand is because the government's getting their like paws in there, and they're like, they're like, we'll write it off, and everybody in the college is like, yeah, we have an unlimited budget now, we got to spend the money,
and I'm like,
it's really fucked up.
I want to say like I'm really into history. I read a lot of history.
That's beside the point, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like I've never went to school for it, but it's like a hobby of mine, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think you should spend more time learning history than someone, I don't know, how long does it take to become like a hairdresser or something? You know, like if you go to like
6 months.
you could like open a salon with a certificate.
Yeah.
But to know about World War II, you need to go to school for 4 years.
But it's not only but you're also ignoring the fact that like you have to take a bunch of different courses. Like you get that history major, but you're still taking a bunch of other courses.
Yeah, but you do, your goal is
history, but it's really to get that BA.
Which
is stupid, but that's what, like, I mean, a lot
It's
of
just what it
jobs.
is.
Yeah, it's just what it is. They're like, well, you need a BA.
That's
or you need
why,
a BS. No, so that's why I'm saying it's like a snake eating its own tail because it doesn't make any sense.
If people stopped
buying
into that, don't you think the jobs would have to reconsider?
Yes, they'd have to
They couldn't
reconsider.
just not hire people.
Right.
But it's
Exactly.
not even that.
It's
Take
really
the jobs out of the equation. Bro, ever since fucking Van Wilder and Animal House, people want to go to college.
No, here we go.
People want to college.
We were having a discussion. You seen American Pie?
Can we mute his mic real quick?
People want to go to college.
The 200 grand is actually just for the T-shirt that says college. If you just sold those shirts for like 150 grand, people could save 50 grand.
We might be onto something. That might be my new merch.
Kanye probably will be selling it. It'll be like tattered and shit. It'll cost like 200 grand.
No, but seriously, I think that's a big part of college is just like the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Well, yeah, it's a place
because a lot of what you learn is there.
It's a place to babysit people.
Yeah, I've always called college adolescent babysitting.
Yeah, but it's also a place where you go to learn how to learn. That's the big thing about
You
college.
should, but you
And
don't.
learn
A
how to
lot of
work.
people-
And learn how to work.
Learn how to work.
Learn how to
prioritize.
be able to handle people from different cultures, be able
Yeah.
to handle a roommate.
And how to handle like the dynamic of different personalities.
Yeah.
Like that you have to
Group
work
projects,
with people.
yeah.
All
that
that
one
stuff.
guy who showed up on the last day. I was
Wolfie.
like, this guy's
Wolfie.
upper management.
I hope he's a fan of your channel. Yeah,
We had this guy. We thought he dropped
What a
out of the
legend.
class.
What
Yeah,
a fucking
we thought he dropped
legend,
out of the
this guy.
class because he was in our group and he just stopped showing up. And then on the last day, he showed up when we handed the presentation. And me, and
Banana Man.
we're just like, you know what? Respect. You know what? All right, if
Like,
you can
we
pull
should
this
have been
off.
pissed off about it, but
we're
we were just like,
this guy's the
damn.
man.
Yeah, we were like, damn. All right.
Balls on
He was
this
like, yo,
guy.
put my name on it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
We're invited to the party later, right?
He shows up. Have this on my desk by Monday.
I was like, whatever you want, Wolfie.
We like literally had just met him the first day of class, never saw him again.
Just the last day of class.
And he rolls through, and
Guy's
we
a
were just
boss.
like, yeah, wow, that is like that is
Wolfie, more like
That is
Sharky.
big
Am I right?
wrong. Sure.
I hope this isn't recording.
Okay, Jim Shark. Trigger. But yeah, no, that's just
Well, no, I do think that was the most important thing I learned in college is like this is a place to learn how to learn and
Yeah.
how to manage your time. That's all it is.
I almost bombed out first
I know.
semester.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, dude,
Like in your room.
I wasn't used to it. Yeah, like, I wasn't used to having to. First of all, I mean, the high school we went to, as long as you were like there, if you had a pulse, then you were like, if you weren't getting in like legal trouble, you were ahead of 95% of people. I felt.
Yeah, dude. Because I wasn't even in the honors classes.
Yeah.
So I literally, it was like I remember my first day at our college when I was like, "Who's gonna throw something to the teacher?" I was like, "Wait, people are." The fuck is going
Yo,
on?
the teacher just turned their back and no one did anything.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
You guys are still
someone
taking
throw
notes.
a pie.
Yeah, I remember like my first semester in college, and they were giving us homework that was due in like 3 weeks. I had never heard of this before. I used to be like, okay, they give me the homework, and then like the morning of, I do it like on my way to
Yeah,
school, right?
right.
That got me by all of high school.
Yeah.
Even like, I was taking like AP classes. They just did not really make us try that hard. Even there was
AP was
history.
more like
Were you
being
in AP
like-
history?
No, but I took the test.
We took AP history, and that was the one class where the guy would give us
Ciccinelli?
yeah,
World history or U.S. history?
U.S. history. He would just give us so much busy work.
He was a
But
right-winger, too.
I forgot who it was.
What a
He was a
cuck.
creepy dude too.
Oh yeah, he
would always,
coached
like,
the men's basketball team.
he would always like be flirting with like the girls in the
Yeah.
front row and stuff. This was in our high school,
Hey.
but pretty quickly people found out that all his assignments were directly from this like book. So we just bop.
Tell me more.
Bye.
Yeah, it reminds me of Kramer when he's. No?
And he,
No, no.
wait,
Yeah.
Kramer when he bought a pipe and he's like stuffing it.
Oh, to keep-
Oh, you guys have
Seinfeld.
drinks and I don't have a drink.
Oh, do you want one?
Yeah, I'll use
I bet.
some water.
all right, yo, grab me one too, because I'm almost out.
guys-
Thank you, mystery girl.
You guys keep talking.
Thanks, mystery.
Thank you.
Yeah, over here.
MG.
Hi.
All right. Finally, we got some time to ourselves here.
All right, let's save this thing.
Now, for those of you still watching, this is when it really starts. Is this still recording?
Yeah.